Hey, hello. You're stuck in trial with Wolf Gorlick. A few minutes riffing on IT and IT security. Today, looking at the importance of obviously testing for control, but testing for the things that the control may miss. I gave a talk at Converge a little bit ago. It's in my back feed if you want to watch. It's called Prowling. And the idea was, oftentimes we say, okay, find the way in. And pen testers always get in. But rarely do we say, here's what we think would stop you. Can you test this to make sure it actually is effective? Those are two different types of tests, right? The idea of find the shortest path to success versus test the roadblocks we know we have in place. And the latter is a way of testing from strength, but it can go awry. So, tip for you is I'm about to give you a story that exemplifies. Don't only test for the controls that you think you have. You really do need a blend. Let me give you an example. So, I was talking to a gentleman, and he does vulnerability risk management, and he had one location that always scored really incredibly high. They were very low on vulnerabilities. They were very clean, consistently showed pretty much no risk. He's like, well, that's fantastic. So of course you want to look at that, right? Why are they so good when everyone else is struggling? Why do they have so many applied patches when everyone else is missing everything? So he goes and sits down with them. He's like, share with me the secret of your success. This is fantastic. And and what it was they said, well, we use vulnerability management to verify our patching. Okay, sure. Who doesn't, right? You want to make sure that the patch actually gets applied and that the settings that are needed to make it take effect are in place, all those sort of things. Sure, absolutely. But what do you mean validate patches? And like, well, for example, if we're going to patch something like MS8067, once we deploy that patch, then we start using the vulnerability scanner to scan to see if that patch has been applied. Okay, suddenly it makes perfect sense why they had a perfect score, right? Because they're only checking for the patches they knew they put in place. And yeah, of course, every once in a while something would be unpatched or would have maintenance and the patch would be removed. But it was only validating the controls that they thought they had. Now, they went, all right, well, we need to get you scanning like everyone else. They implemented a standard for vulnerability scanning and detection, and they looked at the holistic system. And it probably won't surprise you that they find there's a whole bunch of missing things that just never made it onto the patching schedule. And of course, it means there's a whole bunch of risk that the owner of that location was not aware of. There's a whole bunch of risk that was not being bubbled up and addressed. So it is very, very important to say, we have this control and we think this control is sound, and test that. We think we passed MS8067. Test everywhere for it and let me know if that slips. That is vital, not only for vulnerability management, but across the board, just to make sure that the controls we're testing we can really attest to. But you can't stop there, right? We really do need that balance. Otherwise, you again end up with a false sense of security. That's it. Do you have any examples for me where people tested the wrong thing in the wrong way and had the wrong results? Comments, social media, hit me up.